Everyone thinks that Red Deer is a boring place, but I'm here to prove you wrong. There's actually a ton of stuff to do here. You just need to know where to look. So in this video, we're gonna break down some really fun things to do in and around Red Deer, as well as some things that I didn't even know about. So let's get into it. All right, let's kick this off by talking about an awesome place right in the heart of South Red Deer called Sunnybrook Farms. Now, I didn't know that this place even existed until after I had my first child in 2012, and I lived in the city since 1998, so it's kind of hidden. It's only about half a block north of Bower Mall, but it's tucked in behind some buildings, and it's not super obvious as to where it is. Now, this is an old farmstead dating back to the early 1900s, so they've preserved all of the old buildings and the way of life. There's the old farmhouse that they used to live in. There's blacksmith shops, schools, and they have preserved all of the old farm equipment. So there's lots of old antique tractors there. You can go watch tractor pull competitions, which is super fun. And it's a really interactive experience. So the staff, they're all volunteer there. They dress up for the time period. There's lots of educational things for the kids to do. So that staff will teach them and show them what it was like living back then. You can learn how to milk a cow.
You can't milk a male cow.
And you can go there and have dinner, and it's literally called this. You can have the old-fashioned ham dinner, among many other things. There's homemade pies, tarts, tons of delicious food from back in that time frame. You know how good the food was back then compared to the way it is today. And they also have a petting zoo there. So there is donkeys, goats, cows, chickens. So kids absolutely love it there. This is a phenomenal way to spend the day. Make sure you check out Sunnybrook Farms. Now, it is run by volunteers, as I said. It is free to go there. However, they do accept donations. So if you do feel like it, make sure you give them a donation if you do plan on going there. And if you guys are liking the videos, hit the like button and the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. And if you would like any help making the move here, use this info popping up. Get a hold of me any way you'd like. Would love the opportunity to earn your business. All right, let's get on to number 2. Let's talk about Canyon Ski Hill. And there's some things that have been added to Canyon Ski Hill a couple of years ago that I had no idea about. So you're gonna wanna stick around and listen to this one.
You better be telling the truth.
But Canyon Ski Hill is an awesome little ski resort straight east of Red Deer, about 15 minutes. It is the largest non-mountain ski resort in Alberta. So this place is absolutely phenomenal. It's got over 80 acres of skiable terrain. It's got 23 runs ranging from beginner to expert. There's over 6 lifts. So this is a legit ski hill. We had the Canada Winter Games here in 2019 in Red Deer. So they really pumped in a lot of money to this ski hill. There's actually teams that come from all around to use the moguls here to actually train. Now, it's not only just skiing. There's a couple more things here that you need to be aware about. So at the top of the ski hill during the winter time, they have a really fun tube park. It's got a dedicated lift. So I have 2 daughters. My one daughter always liked skiing and snowboarding. My other daughter absolutely loved going on the tubes at the top of the hill. So there really is something for everyone. You don't have to just ski. You can use a tube park. But one of the coolest things that I had no idea about was the Alpine Canyon coaster that was put in 2022, and it is the first of its kind in Alberta. I am definitely going to go check this place out in the summertime with the girls. So it is 1,300 meters long. There's a vertical drop of about 440 feet. You can get going up to about 40 kilometers per hour. So it's super fast, and 90% of it goes through the forest. So it really kind of amplifies, when you're looking off at the trees flying by, it makes you feel like you're going super fast. And riders can actually control their speed. So there's a little handle right in the middle of the contraption. I don't know what you call it, but if you pull back, you can actually slow yourself down. And if you push it all the way forward, that means you're going 100% as fast as you can. So there's lots of twists, turns, there's even little corkscrews. So this is awesome. I had no idea about this, the first of its kind in Alberta. And this is called the Alpine Canyon Coaster. So make sure you check that out. All right, let's move on to the next one. Let's head about 20 to 25 minutes south of Red Deer. Just before we get into the town of Innisfil, let's take a look at Discovery Wildlife Park. Now, this is an amazing zoo that you would not think that would be in central Alberta. And again, I had no idea it was here until I had kids. This place is super fun and such an interactive experience. So they have over 30 different types of species there. There's wolves, lions, bears, camels, deer.
This isn't the zoo.
This is the petting zoo.
Lots of, stuff that we would see around here, plus lots of exotic animals that you wouldn't think that would be sitting in a zoo in central Alberta. Now, this is a conservation area, so it's home to a lot of orphan animals as well as those that have been rescued from other zoos. So really great work that this place is doing. I love this place for that. Now, you can rent a golf cart. So it's kind of a big area. It's over 90 acres. If you want to rent a golf cart, you can just cruise around the area, which makes it nice for if you have young kids or if you're a little bit older and you don't want to walk too much. Now, this is a very interactive place. So lots of the times when I've been there, they'll bring out one of the movie star bears and they'll do an educational thing about the bears, teaching children and adults alike what the bears are all about, and there's some unique things to do. So you can go for a walk with a wolf. How cool is that? I don't know if I would actually do it. I hope that wolf was on a muzzle. I'm sure it would be. Some really cool, fun, interactive things to do. And there's a play area for the kids too as well. So if you're in the area, if you already moved here, if you're thinking of moving here, definitely check out Discovery Wildlife Park, which is just out by Innisfail, a little bit south of Red Deer. All right, let's move on to the next one. I guarantee you that this is going to be one of your kids or your child's favorite thing to do if you take them there. So just be wary. Once you get there, you're going to be going there all the time. Let's talk about Discovery Canyon. So we just talked about Discovery Wildlife Park. We're going to go back to Red Deer. This is in the Riverbend Recreation Area. We're going to talk about Discovery Canyon. This place is absolutely phenomenal. It is amazing. So there is a lazy river that you can float down. You can rent tubes there. I believe it's $6 per tube. They'll give you a tube. You can bring your own tubes that you don't have to pay. You just have to make sure it meets the right size requirements. It can't be too big or you're going to be blocking other people. You won't be able to float down the river very well. But this comes off of the main Red Deer River, and this is an amazing, fun way to spend the day with the kids. This place is super, super busy because it is so popular. So that lazy river, it comes down into a wading pool. It's nice and shallow. So if you have young kids, you don't have to worry too much about them. Still got to keep an eye on them though. There is a beach area there as well. There's a concession. So you don't have to worry about packing lunch. If you want to spend a little money, you can go grab some food at the concession. There's washrooms there. So it has everything you need right there. There is also a themed park and playground for the kids. So the kids love that as well. And it connects into a lot of the beautiful walking trails that run along the river. So if you want to hang out at the lazy river, hang out at the beach, go for a walk. It's right next to the golf course as well. So if dad wants to go hit some golf balls, he can do that as well. But make sure you're definitely going to want to check out Discovery Canyon. This is an amazing place. And I think it is such a cool area right here in Red Deer. All right, let's kind of get into some very niche and unique things to do in downtown Red Deer. And I bet a lot of you didn't know about them. But let's get into it. Let's talk about one of the most creepy, most eeriest ones. Let's talk about Red Deer's Ghost Walk. So again, I know this is a little bit of a niche thing to do, but throughout Red Deer's downtown, there is 10 life-size bronze statues that kind of explain Red Deer's rich cultural history. So I think this would be super fun to do with the kids. Makes it a little bit creepy, a little bit scary. Kids always love that kind of thing. So just as an example, the big bus station in downtown Red Deer is called the Sorensen Parkade. Well, Juliet Sorensen, which is one of the statues that you would find along this tour, launched Red Deer's first transit service. So kind of cool, kind of a fun way to explore the history of the city. You can go online, you can download the map, and you start at the recreation center in downtown Red Deer, and you go around to all 10 of the different statues. Now, while you're downtown, you might as well check out some more, historic and cultural stuff in the Heritage Square. So this is a really fun park in downtown Red Deer, and it's got a lot of old preserved buildings. So down in this area, you're going to find and I'm going to butcher the name on this, but Norwegian Lufthaus, Lufthaus. It's an old Norwegian farmhouse replica. It's got an old sod roof, which I think is pretty crazy. Fun story, I actually showed an acreage not too long ago that had an old sod roof. I'd never seen one of those before. Apparently, there is a lot of benefits to having a dirt and sod roof on your house. But you can go down and check out this old farmhouse. There's an old church steeple. There's another building down there called the Stevenson Hall Block, which is Red Deer's oldest surviving building. So lots of cool cultural and historic stuff down there. And right down in this area, there's lots of other cool things right in the area too. So just right beside it, it, literally bordering the north part of the Heritage Square, is the Red Deer Arts and Museum Gallery. You have the rec center down there. There's a big green space with horseshoe pits and a splash park. So while you're out looking for ghosts and you start in this area, you might as well come and check out some of these old preserved buildings down here that not a lot of people know about. This is a really cool area. All right, we're almost done with downtown. There's one more fun thing to do down there that you really need to check out if you are in Red Deer, and that is the Ross Street patio. So this is a really fun patio that's right in the heart of downtown Red Deer, like literally right downtown. So if you want to go and have some really good food, there's some amazing restaurants there, in which we're going to talk about. Enjoy some drinks and listen to some live music. They have live music going on there throughout the summer, just about all week long. You definitely want to head down to the Ross Street patio. I love this place. It's so busy in the summertime. There's tons of people there. The live music, it just gives it an amazing feel. And there are some amazing restaurants sitting right in the patio itself. So if you're there, make sure you go have dinner at the 53rd on Ross restaurant. This is one of the most unique restaurants in the city of Red Deer. It's kind of a fine dining experience, and it's one of my favorite places to eat. They have the taco loft down there as well, so if you love tacos, definitely check out this place. And there's some great coffee at the City Roast Coffee. But in the summertime, head downtown, grab your e-scooter, take your e-scooter downtown. Make sure you check out the Ross Street patio. There's lots of farmers markets going on there in the summertime as well downtown. The live music is amazing. It's just a really cool place, so make sure you check out the Ross Street patio. All right, let's talk about a park in the city of Red Deer. Now, again, we can make an entire video, which I probably will, about all of the amazing parks along Red Deer's River Valley, from Heritage Ranch down to the Gates Lakes Bird Sanctuary to Mackenzie Trails. I mean, these are all amazing parks in itself, but I wanted to talk about, in this video, let's talk about Bower Ponds. So this is a super popular park. Now, this is where a lot of events take place. So on Canada Day, this is where the fireworks are going to be. There's a big amphitheater there, so they have live music and they have stage performers sometimes. It's got 10 kilometers of interconnected walking trails that kind of weave in throughout the ponds, which makes it great just for walking and enjoying the day. There's a huge playground there, which is amazing for kids. It's got a rubber bottom, so if somebody falls off the monkey bars, it's not going to hurt too bad. Now, this is also where you find lots of people taking out their canoes and their kayaks. This is a great place for that. You can rent these little pedal boats, so like two people sit beside each other and you can pedal around the ponds, get some exercise in. They used to have these blow-up balls where you were in the middle of the ball, which seems kind of terrible to me, especially on a hot day, and you'd roll across the water. I don't know if you can do that anymore. I'm not too sure. And they have the Bower Ponds Pavilion. So in this building, you can get ice cream, you can get burgers and fries. So they have food there. There's also game nights here, so people get together, they play cards, they play board games. In the winter time, they clear off the ice at Bower Pond, so it makes for an amazing skating experience. You can actually rent skates in the pavilion. A lot of people aren't aware of all the things that you can actually do in Bower Ponds. It's not just a bunch of walking trails and a playground. There's tons of other things that you can do. So make sure you check out Bower Ponds if you're in the area. Let's move on to the next one. Now, this one, not a lot of people know about this place, and I absolutely love this facility. Let's talk about the Trailheads Climbing and Fitness Center in Red Deer, Alberta. Now, again, just as it sounds, this place is Red Deer's premier rock climbing area. So there is over 3,700 square feet of climbing surface. There is lead climbing, auto belays, bouldering. There is a fun zone for the kids. So this is a really fun area. You can actually rent this area out for birthday parties. The fun zone has 11 different climbing challenges, so it's great for beginners or kids. I'm definitely going to rent this place out for my kid's next birthday party. And there's another area there that you can, lift some weights there. You get your standard fitness in, and they have a kilter wall. So it's this wall that kind of tilts to different degrees. It's a climbing wall, and the lights light up on it, so you can kind of do all these different climbs from around the world. So this place is great. It's got youth programs, adult programs, day camps, homeschool programs. So Trailheads Climbing Center, right on the very south end of Gasoline Alley. If you're looking for a unique way to get in shape, definitely check this place out. All right, if you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you've definitely heard me talk about this dog park that we're going to talk about, the 3 Mile Bend off-leash dog park located in Red Deer. This is one of the nicest dog parks in the country, and I'm a huge dog lover. When I lived right within the city, I took my dogs here every single day. This is an amazing place, not only to take your dogs, but just to go for a walk. It's over 136 acres. There's tons of different trails, 3 miles worth to be exact. Lots of open bodies of water. There's obstacle courses, and it's tucked right in along the Red Deer River. So it's super beautiful down there. There's lots of places for your dog to cool off if they get super hot. And lots of people use this area just to get out and go for picnics and different things like that. There's lots of wildlife down there. So you're gonna see lots of deers, and you're actually, just about every single time I've gone down there, pretty close to every single time, you encounter moose. Now, a lot of the times people they're trying to get pictures, they're getting up there super close, and a lot of times there might be a baby moose there, which makes this even more dangerous. Moose are actually very dangerous animals.
That's a moose. Don't you go near that.
Just be a little bit more cautious when you see one down there. Don't get too close to it. I hope you guys have been enjoying some really cool drone footage of this area while I've been talking about it. Talking about it just does not do this place any justice. All right, let's move on to one of my favorite ones on this list today. We're going to talk about the Lacombe Corn Maze. So if we just go about 25 minutes north of Red Deer, just a little bit west of Lacombe, you're going to get into the Cray Family Farm Corn Maze, and this is an amazing way to spend the day, spend the weekend with the kids, with the family. There is so much to do there, from these big pillow trampolines. You can go look at all these different farm animals, and I believe you can pet them for the most part. There's a big potato canyon. You can go on a train ride. Of course, you can go make your way through the maze, and it's pretty cool when you look at an aerial shot of the maze. Every single year they have a different design in there. You can slide down on these tubes. I do believe there's kind of like a little bit of a paintball thing there. I'm not sure if it's actual paintballs. Just so many different obstacle courses and things to do there. The food is actually amazing. That's fast food, obviously, like burgers and fries and stuff like that. But according to my daughter, it has the best poutine and French fries in the world. So definitely check this area out. It's absolutely phenomenal. There's so much stuff to do there. It's going to take you the whole day. But head up to the Cray Family Corn Maze. This is one of the coolest attractions right here in central Alberta. Now, before I let you guys go, there's a couple other things that I want to talk about. If we just go straight west of Red Deer to Sylvan Lake, you can check out the lake, which is one of the best lakes in the province, one of the best lakes in the country for that matter. This lake is great for all of your different water sports, for giving off that lake town vibe, and it's right here in central Alberta. Lakeshore Drive in Sylvan Lake is a really cool area. So in the summertime, this is a busy area. They say roughly 1 million people will visit Sylvan Lake throughout the summer months, and you're gonna have tons of music, lots of people looking to have a good time, lots of people playing volleyball. The bars and the pubs and the restaurants, they're all busy. It just gives off a vibe that you are not going to find anywhere else in Alberta. They have the Sylvan Lake Aquasplash there, which is a great way for the kids to spend the day. And if you're into baseball, you're looking for some sports in the area, they have the Sylvan Lake Gulls, which is a Western Canadian baseball league team. So really fun area. Their inaugural season was just like 2 or 3 years ago. So they do have a brand new stadium out in Sylvan Lake, and it's super fun. My kids love going to watch Gulls games, so definitely check that out as well if you're in the area. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Lots of people think Red Deer is boring and there's not much to do, but I think you just have no imagination if you can't figure out things to do in this city. But if you liked the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell so you're notified every week when a new video comes out. And if we would like any help making the move here, use this information popping up on the screen. Get a hold of me any way you'd like. Would love the chance to earn your business. I'll see you guys next week. Cheers.